everyone, today is my June wrap up because I read more than a book. I read more than one book. More than one in the month of June. That hasn't happened since February because I read one book in March, no books in April, and one book in May. I forgot the days of the month. Months of the year. I'm gonna do something a little different. Usually when I do my wrap-ups, I do them in chronological order, but I have two sets of series here, so I'm just gonna stick the series by themselves together. I'm all over the place with this. So the first and last book I finished in the month of June, yes, that's correct, is the Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban and Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I have read both of these books. I really enjoy these books, these stories in particular. Number one is kind of too middle grade for me now. Number two is okay. I've read it a bunch of times, but I really like The Prisoner of Azkaban. I gave this, even though I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars, and I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars, but I really enjoyed the story of it. I mean, there is the continuation of Dumbledore being an absolute twat with just not doing anything. Yeah. And I really think that the story could have, gone a different way if Sirius Black was not crazy enough to, write Dumbledore a letter saying, hey, I'm innocent, these are the things, please check it out if, dear Dumbledore, the young Weasley boy has a rat. I think it's Peter Pettigrew. I know this because we're animagus, because of Lupin and stuff. If it's just a rat, sorry, I will disappear again. Sorry to bother you. I mean, it's a letter, So yeah. Prisoner of Azkaban. Goblet of Fire is just a lot of a story. I enjoyed the Triwizarding tournament, and I think I have a tendency to speed read these books, so I actually took my time with the end of the graveyard scene and just taking that in, and I'm glad that Dumbledore is on Harry's side, even though it's stupid. With these books, I noticed the abuse less for Harry, so you got that going for you. It just means I have 3 more books left to go of the Harry Potter series. The next books that I read them basically back to back. I reread Every Heart of Dore by Seanan McGuire, and then I read Down Among the Sticks and Bones by Seanan McGuire. So book 1 and book 2 of the Wayward Children series, and I'm so glad I only have to wait until January for Beneath the Sugar Sky, which is the 3rd book, because I'm intrigued about the synopsis of that one. I recommend these 100%. These are both still 5-star reads for me. Yes, they're short little novellas. I would suggest getting them from the library because they are on the expensive side for being hardback novellas. But, I mean, it's $17.99 American, $24.99 Canadian, so... This one, I love the writing in it. Just... I'm definitely awed by the writing in this. There's very poetic writing to it, which I just love. I love the world that Nancy is from. I hope we get to see it one day in more detail, please, even though, maybe. And then Down Among the Sticks and Bones, I mean, their world that they go to is not as bad as I thought they would be. But, still bad enough. These, I highly, highly recommend. If you have not read these, read them. Do it. Last book on my list was actually the 2nd book I finished this month, and that is The Wildings by Nilanjana Roy. I was trying not to butcher it and I slightly butchered it just a little bit. But this is a book about cats. I loved it a lot. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. It is about a clan of cats in, I believe, it's a neighborhood of sorts in New Delhi or something, called Nizamuddin. And, you know, there is a map for you to peruse your way through just to see the different territories that they're talking about, like where there's certain people's houses, like where the zoo is, because that takes a point, that takes there's, it's part of the story, okay? I loved the culture of the cats. They have their own culture and their own way of a society of sorts, you know. They call humans big feet, which is hilarious. Even the wild cats call them big feet. Even the other animals, like the birds and stuff, call them big feet. You get to see the difference between indoor and outdoor cats. And there is one of the little kittens is an orange little furball with green eyes, and she is a sender, which is an ability that, you know, the very, very rare cats have them, and they're able to like communicate stronger and with the other cats, and it's kind of like a sender is sent to them if it is needed. They communicate through a whisker network, so they communicate through their whiskers, and there is like a basic language to communicate with other animals, like birds and stuff, but normally you can't really understand. So the kitten can, because she's a sender, so she makes friends with like lions in a zoo because she's able to like send herself. It's like a bit of mixture of like astral projection and other things. Very interesting story. You get to see the dynamics of the clan and then a threat to the clan that happens and how they deal with it. I really enjoyed it, and I will definitely get to the second book in this duology very, very soon. The second one's called The 100 Names of Darkness, which is interesting. So if you like cats, I would suggest giving this a go. It was very unique storytelling. I liked it a lot. Yeah. That is my June wrap up. All these books, these lovely 5 books. The month of July, I'm going to try to read Order of the Phoenix. I'm kind of wanting to read other things as well as reading the Harry Potter series. I'm not sure if I'm going to get all 3 books done and by the time I go to Harry Potter World in Orlando. There are definitely other books I want to get to this month, and plus Booktubeathon is at the end of this month. Yes. It's very, very interesting to see that 3 out of the 5 reads are rereads for me this month. This past month. Thank you so much for watching. If you've read any of these books and want to comment down below, do so. It's like 1 in the morning for me, so just I'm a little crazy, okay? And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!